the kitchen talking about making lunches and compartmentalizing them with Korey Kealey. I have peeled a banana. And, I mean, who wants to do this business? Forget about it. Well, look at this.
Yeah,
really? Is this how I do it?
I think so. It's pretty, like, bananas are soft, so they're easy to slice. But so we're just talking about how lunch needs to be interesting. The kids have to be captivated by it. Nothing worse than coming home and opening up their bag at the end of the day and it's full of everything you sent them. And so you're thinking,
did they learn anything in the afternoon?
They haven't eaten anything yet. They've had zero fuel since breakfast, maybe a couple bites. Now they're heading into their after-school sports, and it's very stressful. So if we can make it as interesting as possible without the pressure, this is plastic. You send a banana with your kid and this thing, they can do this on their own, and they will probably eat with it. Using toothpicks, like you can get these
these are really smart.
Different picks. If you put that in with little bites, like with your tomato or pieces of cucumber, kids are typically going to do that. So using other utensils than your typical fork, spoon.
How about these?
These little spoons I got at dollar store, they're just clear plastic. They're teeny weeny and they're super fun to eat with. Every time I put in the lunch, the kids are like, oh, those are so fun. I just rewash them and, you know, and use it again. Yeah. Colorful things kids love. These spoons, where do they go? Oh yeah, for your yogurt and stuff. These Menchie's is that yogurt place,
and they give you
this takeaway spoon. Well, my daughter, honestly, if I put this with liverwurst, she'd find a way to eat the liverwurst. So sometimes it's just kind of piquing an interest. And once you start, you know, sometimes when you start eating, then you realize you're hungry and you continue.
One thing that children are very susceptible to is excitement overriding hunger, right?
I think so.
So that's something we got to watch out for. Here's what I like. I like that you said you kind of lay things out on your counter and then you invent from there. Like, because you never like, what am I going to do? And we, you know, we had this cheese slicer, and I said, why don't we just wrap up an apple slice in some cheese.
In the cheese. And so what that cheese is going to do is it's going to block the air from hitting the apple and it won't turn brown. And so put a toothpick in that, or not even. And you know what?
I think it's
that is a perfect little snack. So the different formats. You can shred cheese as well. You can chop it into blocks and then again put a pick. You can make long strips. So it's thinking about the different ways to cut things that could be interesting.
My big concern is balancing out the lunch, right? So we did a vegetarian here.
Okay.
I say we, but you.
Yeah, well, I was like, so baby carrots are super popular. I gotta say, I don't love them. I typically even just will peel a carrot and throw it in
He's
just like that. And I did that once just out of, oh my God, I don't have time. And I peeled it, threw it in my kids. Like, I love that. I got a full carrot. So different ways. But these I know are super good go-to. Cutting your cucumbers in circles. You could also cut them in long strips like this. So it's thinking differently about how you can make a shape. Let the kids tell you how they want their shape.
How do they eat the avocado?
Okay, so avocado is a super good filling, fiberful fruit. These are skinny crackers, and they're hearty, and they're also full of protein, and they're low in sugar and low in sodium.
That's what you need to know. If you're going to do a vegetarian lunch, you want to make sure that you get the protein going.
You can scrape and then eat that like this. Delicious, you know. So the kids can have different formats. So we've got our protein, we've got some carbs there with good fruit and vegetables, and then the little seasonal fruits are around. Peaches, plums, apples, they're everywhere. You can get them in masses.
If you want to leave the apples out and stop them from browning, a little tip, can you put lemon juice on?
Lemon juice.
Does that work?
Yeah, lemon juice. And then also, if you're putting them in a container, try to get as much air out of it as possible.
What is this salad?
That's tabbouleh, and I was just saying, I love tabbouleh. It's so good. And you know, you might be surprised your kids could like it. So again, when you're putting something that has a dressing on it though, you want to make sure your container has a seal and preferably a clasp. And the other thing about some of these containers is they become loose. For double protection, I always put an elastic around top, because if it blows up in the lunchbox on the way to school, your lunch is done. The kids won't eat it.
No way.
Who would? I wouldn't either.
It's funny because you put the effort in, and I can see that you do that, and then the stress of seeing it come home, it's like,
yeah, not big on the wasting of food ever. So it's, definitely.
All right, so it doesn't have to be stressful. Just grab the stuff out of your fridge, take a look at it, put something together. Night before and go.
Get the kids to do it too. If they pack their own lunch, if you give them, if they're old enough to be doing some shopping.
You get the feedback right away too.
Yeah, they put in what they're going to eat typically. So yeah.
Korey Kealey, helping you with the stressful, non-stop lunches that don't end until Christmas break. It'll be okay, we'll make it.